Hello and welcome to Your Story. First up, news from South Asia. India's Foreign Minister Sushma Swaraj is meeting the relatives of the 17 Sikhs who were killed in an Islamic State attack in Afghanistan on Sunday. The suicide attack had killed 19 people, including 17 members of Afghanistan's Sikh minority. Another 20 people were wounded in the attack. The blast on Sunday damaged shops and buildings around Mukhabarat Square. The bombing came hours after Afghan President Ashraf Ghani inaugurated a hospital in the city, the provincial capital of Nangarhar. Police say that the suicide bomber targeted a vehicle carrying members of the Sikh minority who were travelling to meet the president. Prime Minister Narendra Modi of India, in a tweet, strongly condemned the attack. He said, and I quote, "We strongly condemn the terror attacks in Afghanistan yesterday. They are an attack on Afghanistan's multicultural fabric. My thoughts are with the bereaved families. I pray that the injured recover soon. India stands ready to assist the Afghanistan government in this sad hour." Unquote.
Ganambashu, Yaugadi, Wakil Seven Nasto, Mirsinklar Nasto Kalanta, told Nasto Basandar Teofri and Fajar told Al Tascaro Lado Mungagota, Chuguna watch Rashamus the Downy, say Yaus Foga Mokinishu. Yawe was as a pro, was Omagadi, Nakatash, no Soga Mokinishu.
Shelton of Tapian, the Nunastan was show just another old Shivich, Dobeke Musulmanan. لستنا پیژندل شوی څکانه وطنه تر اوسه موږ سره مجلویه دي په وژل شوو کې د اهل هنودو د پارلمان یا ولسي جرګې نومان او تارسنګ هم شامل دي.
And WION Siddhant Sibal now joins me live from New Delhi. Good evening, Siddhant. What's the latest you're picking up on Sushma Swaraj's meeting with the relatives of the people who died in that attack in Afghanistan?
Right now, I'm standing inside the external affairs where the meeting is still continuing. The meeting started at 6 o'clock and is still continuing. We are expecting shortly the minister and the delegation to come out and speak, and of course they will talk about what happened. There has been a palpable anger against what has happened, particularly with the Afghan Sikh community who is staying here. We went to a place in Delhi, Tilak Nagar, where we saw the Afghan Gurdwara where Ardas was done for the martyrs who were killed in that terror attack in Jalalabad.
All right, on that note, Siddhant Sibal in New Delhi, thank you so much for all that latest. And staying on the story, a prominent Sikh leader, Avtar Singh Khalsa too, was killed in the attack. Now, throughout Avtar, just last month, he had spoken to WION and told our correspondent that minorities in Afghanistan were facing hardship, and so far, no help was forthcoming from the Afghan government. But Khalsa was hoping to change that and planned on contesting the election to the Afghan parliament in October this year. The 52-year-old Khalsa hailed from Paktia province located in the eastern part of Afghanistan, but lived most of his life in Kabul. And WION Siddhant Sibal earlier has caught up with the Afghanistan's ambassador to India. Listen in.
A terrible tragedy has happened in Jalalabad, a terrible attack in which many Sikhs have died, including Avtar Singh, who was to represent the minority community in Afghanistan. With me is the Afghan ambassador to India. Sir, welcome to WION. My first question, sir, this attack has happened. Your first words.
Well, very tragic. I'm very saddened to have heard the loss of our 17 Sikhs and one Hindu, altogether 17 lives in Afghanistan. Very tragic. As you know, Afghanistan is under attack almost on a daily basis. And we are the victims of terrorism that affects everyone, including our Afghan Hindu and Sikh community. Here we lost a bulk of our Hindu and Sikh community in Afghanistan, including the candidate, Avtar Singh, a very patriotic Afghan. I condemn it in the strongest possible words. And we hope that Afghanistan, the Afghan people, will no longer suffer from terrorism that is coming from across the border.
So Avtar Singh, a man who was to represent the minority community, the Sikh community, the Hindu community, so any words, special words for that person, a brave son of Afghanistan?
Absolutely, very patriotic. And I often visit our Afghan, Sikh and Hindu community in Delhi and Afghanistan. And I, in most cases, find them more patriotic than many Afghans I see on a daily basis. Very patriotic. They come to my embassy and they go to the Afghan government offices. And Avtar Singh, particularly when you mentioned, he was a real patriotic Afghan. And we really mourn the loss of this brave Afghan. And we wish his family, the Afghans, patience with the loss of such an irreparable one that we just came across. And we hope that Afghanistan, the world community, or friend India, will stand with Afghanistan to defend the Afghan lives. And the defense of Afghanistan is the defense of everyone, especially India and Afghanistan facing a common enemy, that is terrorism. Terrorism that is coming from the same sources. Therefore, we have to do more in order for our two nations to be safeguarded.
So can you just tell us a little bit history about the Sikhs and the Hindus in Afghanistan, what role they have played in nation building in Afghanistan, their historical role in the country?
Absolutely. They have been in all walks of life. Unfortunately, we don't have such a large number of Afghan, Hindu and Sikh community anymore. But whatever number they are in each and every field in Afghanistan. They have been in government, they have been outside the government, they've been active in the civil society, and they've been a very strong source of our democratic faith in Afghanistan. And this attack was an attack on our religious freedom. This was an attack on our diversity in Afghanistan. This was an attack on our shared values, an attack on the Indo-Afghanistan friendship, because Hindu and Afghans are the bridge. The Hindu, Sikh and Afghan are the bridge between our two nations. So we are lucky to have our Afghan Sikh community living in Afghanistan, and many of them are living in India. But they've never forgotten their country, their motherland.
So my last question, you've already spoken about terror, how it's emanating from across the border, but it seems that the countries, the states who are responsible for it, they are not mending their ways despite pressure from New Delhi and Kabul.
Absolutely. I think the world has to answer this question. It's not related to only Afghanistan and India. We have a country that sponsors terrorism and spreading all over the world. Of course, Afghanistan and India are the biggest victim of this, but the world has to answer. The terrorism that is coming to us and to the rest of the world. We hope that the world community will learn the lesson of 9/11 and many other incidents all over the world. But the sources are clear, and we hope that the world will no longer sit idle or keep quiet on the very known and very clear use of terrorism against all our nations around the world.